My name is Nyquis, and this is featuring Webcomics. Welcome to my channel, it's nice to meet you. Last week I shared a character design of my OC Symphony, who will be featured in a story I'm working on called Beamer and the Brazen. In this week's video, I'll be sharing the second character from this story. So here she is, meet my OC, Harmony. As you can see, I am currently sketching Harmony's face. I had fun working on this sketch of her since I had already drawn her before, but needed to redraw her so she looked a bit younger for the purposes of the story and her age in the beginning. It helps to do this first, so I could use it as reference for the poses I drew for her outfits, which we'll see later in the video, the same way the outfits were shown for symphonies in the previous video. Like I stated earlier, this character is another one that will be featured alongside Symphony in my story, Beamer and the Brazen. Her name is Harmony Lace. Harmony is a 17-year-old second-year student at Isle Aegis, a high school in Fura on the planet Braze, which also sits within Cyrili, a star system of the guild like the moon Praise. I chose to share Harmony following the video of Symphony because she is one of the members of the Brazen, a band from Fura, which is the group referred to in the title of the story. The Brazen consists of 5 members total, 4 of which you will see in later videos. I'm showing Harmony first since she is the first character you'll actually see when I finally release the comic. Last week, I also shared a quote for Symphony that explains her story a bit, so I'll do the same for Harmony this week. A sound that cuts a pretty wound. In this story, Harmony goes through a lot of turmoil with living as a teen from Fura while attending school and working with her friends to become a famous band. Since this is a sci-fi fantasy, I decided to make the Brazen an alternative cyberpunk rock band and try to make Harmony's outfits fit the aesthetics of that a bit. However, I chose to make them fairly simple since she's still in high school and doesn't have much money to buy clothes and style herself in the way she would if she did have the money to do so. Even so, I still got to do quite a bit for her outfits and design 6 of them like I did for Symphony, so these are what we'll be seeing following the end of the time-lapse sketch of her face. The first outfit that I'm showing is a typical everyday outfit she might wear. I decided to call it her Sporty fit because she wears cargo shorts and a sleeveless hoodie, which you will see me sketching soon. Something that I want to point out about her outfits is that I designed them to be interchangeable so she could wear the same item in various outfits with different pieces to go with it. I felt like this would make things easy on myself when drawing her in the comics so that she could have the same clothing pieces but not necessarily wear the exact same outfit repeatedly when she's seen throughout the story. As I was working on this outfit, I realized early on that I wanted to give her at least one pair of shorts. I ultimately ended up drawing her another pair of shorts for another outfit that will be featured in this video. I also want to make mention of her shoes in this outfit. I designed a pair of boots based on some inspo from a post I saw on Pinterest. I thought it looked cool to have a secondary shaft or inner part of her boot and an exterior part to it. I felt adding this would add some dimension and more character to her footwear as opposed to being a more simple style. After all, Harmony is one of the Brazen who will be known for their stylistic flair in clothing. Anyways, that's all for the description of this outfit in particular. Please enjoy the remainder of the time-lapse sketch of it. This second outfit I've drawn is another casual outfit. I decided to call this one her Breeze outfit because she wears baggy denim pants that are fairly light and airy and a tube top. There is an additional accessory I gave Harmony for this outfit that you won't see until later in the video because I ended up drawing it after I had done the full outfit, so be sure to stick around and continue watching to see the look for the original outfit here, then stay tuned to the end to see what she looks like with that additional accessory later. A couple accessories you'll be seeing drawn for this outfit right now that I want to talk about are the chain belt around her waist and the arm sleeves on her wrists. Chain belt as one such accessory she could wear with other outfits to serve for the industrial rock aesthetic she's into, as well as the arm sleeves for a punk rock inspired aesthetic. Something I appreciate about Harmony's clothing style is that she's really into platform boots. She's 5'4", so she's fairly short, and having her wear platforms just gives her more height and really elevates her look. I'm sure you've noticed the lines beside her at the beginning of this drawing. I will confirm that this is a height chart that I made so I could draw my characters at the appropriate height. It's useful for making the proportions consistent, especially when drawing platform shoes like the ones I did for Harmony. Alrighty then, that's all that I'll be sharing for this outfit at the moment. On to the time lapse. This outfit was a fun one to work on because I wanted to try doing a cool party outfit for her. Some of my favorite parts about it are her matching two-piece set, the lace skirt and corset. I also really love the belts that I drew for her as well. There's a surprise regarding this outfit in the belts that you'll see at the end when we get to the finished character sheet. I also decided to give her a different hairstyle for this outfit that still adheres to her typical twin ponytail style. I wanted to do this to try challenging myself in drawing a variation to the hairstyle she wears normally to make it more realistic in that she might do something different from her usual, but not too much. Harmony is a bit more of a tomboy in general when it comes to her clothing style, but she is still relatively feminine, so I wanted to show that a bit more through this outfit in particular. I tried to keep her covered up a bit more though for modesty due to her being 17. I let her legs be more exposed as opposed to her chest, but still gave her fishnets for more covering. Here's a little spoiler about some important concepts in the story. The corset skirt set is actually a gift that was made for Harmony by a couple characters for a special event that'll take place at some point in the comics. Speaking of the comics, just as I had done in the last video for Symphony, I encourage you to write down in the comments your thoughts on Harmony's personality and what she might be like in them. I'd be glad to see what ideas about her you might get just from seeing her here in this reference sheet and what I've spoken about her so far in this video. Now that we've taken care of that, let's speed through the rest of this time-lapse video. Before I talk about the clothing design I did for this outfit, I wanted to let you know that I ended up changing the pose for it slightly, which I'll show with the finished character sheet. I felt like I needed to change it since I had made the poses for the other outfits more dynamic and expressive and thought it would look weird to just have one static pose among the others. Thankfully, I was able to come up with a pose that didn't change the direction she's looking in too much for her body for the most part, so it all worked out in the end. Anyways, I chose to draw Pajamas for Harmony because I do plan on showing what she looks like when she is getting ready for bed. I put a head wrap on her to cover her pigtails since that's her signature hairstyle, but I don't really think I'll be showing the head wrap in the comics at any point, to be honest. This part truly was just for reference, just in case I feel the need to show it after all. I realized as I was working on this outfit that I accidentally made her look like Winnie the Pooh or Mickey Mouse, depending on the way you look at it. You'll see what I mean at the end of the video. I don't mind it though, it makes me laugh to think about, so it's alright I guess. I also tried drawing her feet for this pose in particular. I really wanted to challenge myself in doing so. I thought it would be quite daunting at first, but I remembered some tips and tricks I learned about drawing feet and toes from some art studies I had done before from YouTube videos I had seen, so I was able to draw them here after all, and I am quite pleased with how they turned out. Alright then, that's all the info I'll be sharing for this one. Cue the time-lapse speed draw. Okay, second to last outfit of the 6. For this outfit, I originally planned on drawing her school uniform, which you'll end up seeing a little bit soon, but then I realized I wanted to draw a different one instead and show her school outfit in a different video. So I'll do that later on, and go a bit more in depth about my design choices for it in a different video. For now, I'll share my thoughts on the one that I did as the final result for this outfit. I had made a note beforehand that I wanted to do a tracksuit for Harmony that was based partially on some images I saw on Pinterest, so that's what I decided to replace the uniform with. I really wanted all of Harmony's outfits to have many layers for more contrast and to make the fits more dramatic. So for this tracksuit, I put some denim shorts over the track pants for layering. I like making the rips and tears in the shorts and feel like it would look cool to have them as their own statement kind of piece in another outfit. I also decided to make her jacket sleeveless and a long crop top, since I made the crop jacket for her other casual outfit a bit shorter. This one in particular is more so for fitness. I chose to add a razor design for her pants that I didn't for her jacket, because I wanted Harmony to be able to style the jacket with other clothing for a different outfit. I thought it would be best to have at least one all-black clothing piece for her to wear as a top, and luckily I was able to make two. This jacket here and the short sleeve button down for her party outfit. That's all the info for this outfit. On to the time-lapse speed drawing. The last outfit that you will see here is Harmony's athletic outfit for fight training, which I've decided to call her Brazy Boxer outfit. All I'll say about this particular activity that she does is that she is very consistent and committed to training. Why is that? Well, you'll find out when I've actually drawn this in the comics. This outfit is fairly simple since it's a training fit, but I did decide to add an athletic skirt over her shorts just to make it more cute. I thought Harmony would like that and felt she might choose a shade of pink instead of red to go with her hair. She still wears red though when it comes to her hand wraps and shoes. My favorite part about that is that I added a few lines to her skirt and shoes for added detail. I will say I struggled a bit with drawing this pose. I really wanted to try drawing an action pose as opposed to just another standing pose. The part that was a bit more difficult for me was foreshortening her knee, since it's meant to be bent. I tried my best and decided to just leave it where it's at for the end result. I'm pretty satisfied with it overall, but hopefully I can do better in the future with drawing poses with foreshortening after practicing it for a while, but for now, that's what we've got. Well, that's all the outfits I've drawn for right now. Enjoy the rest of the time-lapse drawing. Alrighty then, the character sheet. It feels good to show you guys the final product of Harmony's outfits. I made a few adjustments to Harmony's outfits after the initial sketching process, because I realized that I wanted her to have at least one sleeve jacket that she could wear in the evening or whenever she's cold, so that's what I did. I added a jacket to her tube top outfit. I also added rhinestones and gems to her belts. That's the surprise I was talking about earlier. I saw some reference images of belts on Pinterest and thought that I should add them since the belts I drew originally felt too simple considering her style aesthetic, so she's got a little bit of bling and sparkle for her party outfit. I'm also sure you guys have noticed, she wears a lot of red. Yep, I'll let you guess why that is. I want to point out that she doesn't only wear red. She's got a touch of blue and green and pink, etc. I wanted to try adding varying colors to her outfits instead of just red, black, white, and gray, because I felt she'd look more interesting in different colors. For example, and pertaining to her sporty outfit in particular, I like the idea of going with a pair of green cargo shorts, and even gave her some blue in her t-shirt to break away from the plain black and white that I planned on coloring them in originally. Anyway, that's about everything I wanted to share in this upload for Harmony. I will be sharing another character from Beamer and the Brazen here on the channel sometime next week too, so be sure to check in next week to see who I will share next. Well, that's all for today. This was featuring webcomics with me, your host, Nyquis. If you've stayed to this point, thanks for watching. It was great to have you here. I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you next week, hopefully.